Well, hey, Uncle Dave fans, we just got back home from a trip up to Minnesota. We went to Vermillion Lake up there in Cook, Minnesota. We stayed at the Spring Bay Resort. We went up there really kind of looking to do a walleye trip, but turns out they had a big mayfly hatch. The walleye were kind of inoperative, but we ended up switching over. The smallmouth though were hitting like crazy. We probably caught over 100 smallmouth while we was up there this week. We got some good pictures coming. You'll see them here in a little bit. Saw the biggest muskie I've ever saw in my life swim past the boat. It was probably always a 50-incher or more. We got hit next to the boat and got splashed a couple times next. I thrown a Terminator spinnerbait for those guys with about a 7-inch trailer on the back of it, and had the trailer bit off a couple times. And we saw some more muskies, but we never got one. But only got one in the boat. You'll see its picture too. I kind of laugh about that right now. You'll see. But no, we had a great trip. Weather was crazy. We started out sweatshirts, sweatpants and cold, and the weather started out 40s, got into 60s a couple of days, and by the end of the week it got hot again. So it kind of turned some of the fish off, but some of the fish was turned on up on the beds, and you'll get to see some of those pictures. So all right, stay tuned, Uncle Dave fans. Yeah, here's a couple of those bedded fish now that was up there 17 and 18 inches long. Like I said, we're at Spring Bay Resort. We're in Cook, Minnesota. It's actually, Vermillion Lake's a big musky lake. I wasn't really aware of that. We just kind of go up there looking for some walleye, like I said. So our cabin was Grandma 1A. And so nice view from out front there. We had a beautiful view of all the way around the cabin. It was just absolutely beautiful. We could see the lake from the front window, but you kind of had to zoom in a little bit, so we are across the road. All the cabins though come with a golf cart. So here we go with this one. I say a little blue word here. I'm sorry for all the kids that are watching here, but just let her slip for one time. I'm sorry, but they apologizes. So here we go down the hill. That way too. Oh shit, we're gonna die. Oh, I'm sorry. Here we go. As you can see, it's quite a ride. It's about 8 in the morning. The boats are already headed out. So you gotta watch out, get across the road here. I apologize for the noise that the golf cart's going to make, but it is cold, it is wet. So here we go. All right, we was going to fish for walleye. Like I said, we switched up. We went light, 6-pound test line, little small 1/32 ounce jigs, little small bobbers. Sometimes we took with minnows, sometimes with a wax worm. All right, let's go fishing with Uncle Dave. Got loaded up. We headed out in the lake. We're cutting across where our owner marked a map for us. So we're looking for some bass and whatever else comes along with them. So here we go. Hey, Uncle Dave fans. Here we are today at Vermillion Lake. We came up on this spot here. See, I got my teardrop jig, little wax worm, got my little fill bobber. And we're looking for little lily pads and whatnot. You can see there's lily pads up there. We're sitting in about 6 or 7 foot of water. And those fish are up there just along the edges here. Some of the bluegill are on beds. There it goes. Just like it right there. Water goes down. Set the hook. See, there we go, and that's how you do it, fans. That's how you do it, Uncle Dave fans, just like that. There we go. All right, another nice bluegill. Let's get him back in there. He needs to be a little bigger to keep him. All right, while we was sitting there, I looked over my shoulder. I saw something in the water and said, what? Well, it was a doe deer. She swam across from the island back over to the mainland where she met a couple babies over there and got out, and they had a little reunion over there. So. But we was back to fishing, so, oh, there looks here, another big old smallmouth. That in there is close to 18 inches long. Brenda had one that was close to 18 inches long. again on that wax worm with the little teardrop jig and a chicken jig. Another rain shower come up. We ran to a little nearby restaurant there and had a little lunch and waited out the rain and went back to fishing. As you can see, they didn't disappoint us. I said, these bluegill, we caught bluegill all day long, between 8, 9, some of them were over 10 inches long. Most of them went back, but the smallmouth and the big bluegill like this were just right there together. And if you caught one, you caught the other. And the sunfish, we have a funny blue color to them this year. They look really cool. Here's the muskie I promised you. He wasn't very big. He bit a chicken hair jig with a wax worm on it. No leader, but we got him in, and beautiful little fish. Well, back to bluegill fishing. So big you can barely get your hand around them. That's what we was looking for, and we sure had a lot of fun catching them. They's right there, like I said, and then you throw these smallmouth in, 20 of those a day, and I tell you what, it was just a blast. Keep an eye on the shoreline when you're out there trolling along. You might find these little wood ducks sitting there with their babies, and we was real quiet, so they just stayed right there and slept as we went past them. It was a lot of fun. And pretty much everything like to bite that little chicken hair jig with a wax worm on it. I mean, look at the size of this largemouth here. Almost 18 inches long. Weighed about 3.5 pounds, all pregnant. We put her back in there. Another smallmouth. I said they was everywhere. Anywhere you had the rocks, the weeds, the wood, whatever joined together, these guys were there. Smallmouth, 3.5 to 4 foot of water. They were just there. Like I said, we probably caught over 100 of them while we was up there. A lot of them good size. We caught a lot of perch. Most of them we put back. We kept a couple big ones, but I'm a little afraid of the worms they have in them this time of year. But the bluegill just fishing didn't stop. Talk about the weather changing. We heard the thunder coming. We saw the locals were running back toward the dock. We got back in, got off the cart just in time, and this came. So I'll let you hear this for just a minute. And of course, if you don't like the weather, wait 10 minutes. Sun pops back out. Let's get back fishing. Loons jumped away. I was throwing my spinnerbait back there, so I know there had to be a big fish back here. Beautiful scenery wherever you look. The place is just absolutely beautiful. Get him there, Brenda. All right, hold him over here, the camera, Brenda. Yep. There we go. All right. Look at that guy right there on the day, man. It's a good job, man, Brenda. As you can see, it's a little windy today here in the Lake Vermillion. Yeah, nice day. It's been quite a week. There he goes. Say goodbye. All right, let's get another one. See, Aunt Brenda saw a little bit of grass on her line and took it off. Make sure you check your bait. Make sure that grass ain't on there. You just can't catch them if that grass is on there. So check it over, put new bait on when you need to, and just keep fishing. Not this time, man, Brenda.
Another one.
Another bluegill, or is this a?
I think so.
Yep, I think it's another bluegill too. Yep. There she goes again. Oh, another big one too, man, Brenda. Yeah, hold him up there. Yeah, show the folks at home. This is another giant. Yeah. Oh, they just missed one. Dave got one now. Them lily pads. Come here, Brenda. He's coming after you. I think you got me, Aunt Brenda. There we go. We're loose.
Just trying to catch the same fish.
All right, look at there. Oh, Uncle Dave fans, look at that. That's a big old pregnant female. We'll go ahead. Oops, she done fell off. Yep. We'll get her picked up here. Get you a good look at her there. Ain't she something? Beautiful. Let's get her back in there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bluegill. All right. More fans. Well, we got them going two at a time here. There we go. Aunt Brenda and Uncle Dave doubling up. Get in here, you big old bluegill. Well,
there's a blue one, but there's one a little bit blue.
A little bit blue, not like the other one.
Well, see, this happens a lot.
Alright, there's another one. See, there's my little jig. I don't even have any bait on it right now. I'm just dropping the jig out there. Alright, moving on to Friday. We was walleye fishing, and we had to fish so slow because of the mayfly hatch. Brenda, he actually caught a crawdad and reeled him all the way into the boat. But we did manage to get on some good walleye. Here's got one about 18 inches long, and we finished out that limit with a couple of 15s and another 14, but good fishing and good day. All right, back in the golf cart. We're going up the hill one more time. Came down Sunday morning and went back home every day in the cart, but here we go up one last time. All right, Uncle Dave fans, not sure where we're going next, but look out for our shirts and come by and talk to us, and we'll sure let you know what we're catching. Until then, good fishing and tight lines, and God bless.